As sharp as vinegar and as cool as a greyhound's nose.
Look at Zidane, bro. Oh my gosh.
That tackle could dehorn a caribou. I don't know who this guy is, but he's as hyped as I am for football.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Cracker. So I guess, welcome to the second half. Third of second. We weren't good at maths in high school. But here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that it's mostly gentlemen. Welcome to the second half podcast.
Why? Why did you have to do that?
I wanted to do like a real entrance, bro.
No,
like,
the entrance is, why did you have to say it's mostly gentlemen?
Ladies and
Dog.
gentlemen.
And it's mostly ladies, dog. This guy doesn't know.
That's true. A lot of ladies have been getting in touch, being like, yo, I know you guys are supposed to be talking about sport, but we are finding it entertaining anyways.
It's mostly ladies, bro.
This is true.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
with faces like these.
I was about to go there.
But episode 5, we're here, having fun as usual. We have, for the first time ever in the history of the second half podcast, in the illustrious history of the second half podcast,
5-episode history.
in the very deep history, we have our first guest. His name is Walo Nkuna. He is the owner of LikwidFX. What did we speak about, dude? I said
This guy doesn't listen. I
the
told
owner
him.
of LikwidFX.
I told him do not speed.
A man we've all known for a very long time. One of our homies. A man who supports Real Madrid. A man who is, I would say, up there, probably in my top 3 people I know who lie the most.
Yeah. Big man of lies. Big man of lies.
So all
Foundation built on lies. Everything lies.
Just a man of lies. You've heard of a man of war, the jellyfish?
Who the hell is that, Joe?
Never mind. So, Walo, I have one question for you. First of all, welcome to the podcast. And tell us about the system and why it's crippling everything.
So basically,
This is the worst thing. I told you.
that's a
Basically.
setup.
We set you up. No, we set you up. We spoke about this last week. That we were gonna set you up. With this. Did you see that you didn't?
So now
you didn't even
everything I
flinch.
say-
No, you didn't flinch.
Didn't even flinch.
You didn't. We knew that this topic is gonna get you.
Like, so easy. Not even like, what kind of a question is this? Just like, oh, yeah.
Who starts like that, Walo? Come on.
Yeah,
It starts
man.
like what?
Why is the
So
system
listen.
crippling us? Then you're gonna hey man.
Oh, so I've been waiting for someone to ask me this, actually.
No, how you doing? No, nothing.
No, that's it.
No, he didn't ask me.
I said, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I said welcome. That's good enough for
Said
me.
welcome.
I know how you doing, bro.
He didn't ask me. He knows how I'm doing.
Alright, okay. Tell us about the system and why it's crippling the average man.
The average man.
Tell us about this.
Man, you know, since I'm gonna lie, you know, to
Ah,
a little bit.
ah.
I feel like this is double bluff, but okay.
Dog.
Since it's the foundation that has set here for this building, you know what I'm saying? Man, the system, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of variables as to why the system is failing the average man, but I think ultimately the system is failing the average man because the system's just not set up for the average man, you know. Money goes to money, and like the rest of the pocket change just trickles down towards whoever's able to grab it at different levels, you know, until there's nothing available at the bottom. So for the average guy is not the first guy who has access to.
Yeah, so it's just trickling down,
So
and by
it's
the
just
time
like-
it gets there, it's like
So the system is set up for the guy at the top, basically.
Is that what trickle down economics is?
Probably. I don't know.
this guy heard a
exactly.
term somewhere. It's stayed here now.
Bro, listen, I know terms.
No, people have mentioned trickle down economics,
Yeah.
but ultimately, like money flows. Money is like constantly flowing from one place
Yeah,
to another, you know. So, let's say for example now with this whole pandemic that we have and all the funds that have been released, let's say, for instance, a big company like, I don't know, Discovery.
Yeah.
They've got a big building, to run. They have lots of employees. Their costs are high. So they're gonna require way more money to stay,
Keep going.
in a good position, as opposed to a smaller business that's got like 10 employees, But by the time it gets to that 10 employee business, the money is like gone.
That's.
And the business is shut down.
I find that with a lot of, like, especially the really big corporates,
Yeah.
it seems like they're making businesses as a vehicle to, like, make money, not as a vehicle to make something. So they'll be like, okay, if we get these investors, they'll invest this amount of money. Doesn't really matter what the product is, and then we sell the business after X amount of time. That's how it seems to.
So you create value in there.
Yeah, like, it's not the super rich guys. For me, I always expect them to be doing the Elon Musk shit, where it's like, fucking find out how to go to Mars and like.
Yeah, like some sort of innovator.
Yes, like to be optimistic about the guys with the most resources having the sort of presence of mind to be like, I'm in a position where I can alter the history of humankind in a positive way, but they just don't.
Racks, man, we just want the racks.
But it's crazy because you have racks at that stage.
You already have it.
So it's like, I don't know how rich you want to be. Like Jeff Bezos is a trillionaire.
Are we talking? Well, he's not a trillionaire. You see, like, this is another question I've been wrestling with, like, this week.
Yeah.
Earlier on, I was reading an article about Tesla's valuation.
Yeah.
Just pipping Toyota at the top.
Yes.
But it's like, when you look at the car sales, it's like Tesla only sold 400,000 cars.
Yeah.
And I think Toyota sold like 19 mil, something like that.
You know it's a movie,
So
yeah.
it's like, for me, yes, I understand the whole value. Some of these valuations are just crazy.
Yeah.
And I also feel like a lot of people use future value in terms of like purchases, like how many people are going to buy from us in the next 3 years or whatever.
Okay.
Because if you're like, any company that's listed on a public exchange isn't worth that much.
Yes.
Like, whatever anybody is saying it is worth, it's not
You're saying like at that present moment.
at that present moment,
Yeah.
So for instance, let me give you an example with IBM. IBM, since the 1990s, spent $140 billion buying back their own stock, right?
Yeah.
But today the company is worth $100 billion.
Oh yes.
Like, how much is the company actually worth? Accounting, like, this is what we have, this is the cash flow, these are the
That's how liquid we are,
Yeah.
and
So it's like, does IBM owe 40 billion? What happens? You spend 140 billion on yourself, but you are worth 100 billion.
yeah, I know what you're
Do you
saying.
understand? It makes no sense.
It's
it's
so
just
weird.
like, yeah.
But how rich is rich? How rich is rich enough? Like Jason's saying with Bezos. At what point does he say, "Doctor"? Now I'm
what
just
are you gonna
adding
do?
to. I'm adding to things that don't need to be added.
But it's not him. It's not him.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean,
Yes.
he's also rich.
no, he is rich.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you see, a lot of the stuff that happens in the market is based off investor sentiment. It's banks, big banks, that are purchasing
Oh, so to say.
Amazon stock.
Yes.
They're the ones that are pushing around his net worth.
So it's
It's
kind
not
of
like him. Like,
He
It's
doesn't
not-
have
yeah.
$1 trillion.
yes, no, he doesn't.
I get what
he
you're
doesn't
saying.
have $1 trillion. None of these guys. If you actually look at a lot of these people's valuations, they're not as rich as people say they are or think they are.
But they're still rich.
They're definitely rich. But and also at the same time, a lot of these guys are financed by debt as well.
Yes.
So everyone is financed. So like, the debt that Amazon is chilling with is not the debt that like I'm sitting with, or like a smaller bit.
I
Even
get what
to
you're
say
saying.
Discovery.
Even like a soccer club, like Man United or
Yes.
Real Madrid, the debt
Yes.
that they have.
So you have
This
to,
is
when you take
ridiculous.
all these things into account, it's like, but nobody likes doing things properly anymore. It doesn't make sense.
And also, when everyone else is speculating so wildly,
Yeah.
like, if you don't also, then everyone just thinks your business is not worth anything because you're not being like, yeah, no, ours is also $1 billion business. It's like,
Because-
I'm just being honest, and all these other guys are lying and inflating what their value is. But you have to do it because people don't care. They're like,
Yeah, and it's also like that's how the system's set up.
Yes,
so it's
yeah.
like I've got to fall in line to make sure I benefit
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah, which is crazy. Even like how people respect Forbes, and then there was this whole Kylie Jenner thing
I peeped that.
not so long ago, and
I
it's like
peeped
this
that.
publicist, and it's like, what does a publicist know about evaluation?
Yes.
Like, and a lot of people that are billionaires or millionaires don't even know most of the time that
Dude.
someone thinks I'm worth $1 billion out there because they're looking at me counting my pockets, and I'm not even aware. Like if you watch like a lot of interviews of a lot of different guys, and like someone I follow quite a lot is this property investor Grant Cardone, and he was like, when he made $1 million, he realized how $1 million is actually nothing, but like as you go up, it's just like he's not fully aware. But right now he's managing $1.7 billion in property.
Yeah.
Right, but I think 700 million. No. $1 billion of so $1 billion is being, he's managing that 1.7 billion of property with 1 billion debt. Right.
It's only
So in this,
700. More
so
of like,
yeah. So if shit goes south, he still has 100 billion, or I mean not 100 billion, a
700
billion.
100 billion.
A billion. He's got 700 mil.
Yeah.
To continue the business, and you will still be able to secure more loans with that money anyway.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So a lot of companies
It's leverage
operate
as
like
well.
that. But you see, he wasn't over leveraged coming into the whole lockdown. So he's not gonna be in a position. He was even saying, if I default on a payment, the whole of America defaults because everybody else is way over leveraged than I am. So if I can't pay,
Then
America,
most
yes.
definitely the other
then
guy can't.
everybody else is, because a lot of people are way more over leveraged. There's people that like they have debt and no money. Like Elon Musk's on a lot of debt. Like mad debt, stupid. Elon Musk actually doesn't have like a lot of money.
Elon Musk is not. That's the thing.
He
And
doesn't.
that's why I like the way he does things, because he straight up made a shitload of money and then went, okay, I'm gonna take all this money and put it into 2 new
So
businesses.
he's just an innovator.
He was
basically.
telling like the story about at one point when Tesla and SpaceX, both of them were like basically gonna die,
Yeah.
and he had only a certain amount of money left, right? So he was like, well, either I can give all of it to this one or all of it to this one, and then it's like maybe 60% that one will survive, but
Yeah.
it's still like maybe not, but then the other one will definitely die. But then what he could do is split that money between the two of them, and then it's like 30% that each of them are going to survive. And he did that and was like, well, I need both of these businesses, like SpaceX, Tesla. Both of them have to survive, and if it's not going to work, then I'll die on my sword. And
It
now
happened.
look, Tesla's the highest valued car company in America.
Even though
Even
the
though
actual
all the other
value
stuff, yes.
isn't.
I peep.
But I think their advantage is also future value.
Yeah, future
Because
value.
of the,
But you see, at the same time, it's so fickle. And that's why a lot more guys, especially like in the States and stuff, a lot of guys no longer want their companies listed publicly.
Oh yeah.
Because it's so easy for your company to lose its value so easily off a tweet. Remember what, I don't know if you guys know when Rihanna shut on Snapchat and a couple of
Oh
tweets.
yeah, I remember, bro.
You know what I mean?
That was a movie.
It's like if somebody speaks shit about my business, the value shouldn't change.
yeah.
I still have my business, I still have my cash flow. If the cash flow changes, yes, it will affect, you know what I mean? But it shouldn't like, and you're more protected when you're private. When you're a private company, yes, you'll have your scandals and whatnot, but like, if those accusations are not true, your company still took a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your stock was still
influenced by-
tanking.
Yeah, but even that Rihanna thing, it just shows like the amount of power that social media holds.
So what happened
Yeah.
there? I didn't see.
She basically just badmouthed them, and then people
Nah,
just
but
stopped.
she was complaining about, I think it was a gender-based violence thing, and there
With
was some-
Snapchat.
with Snapchat, yeah. And Rihanna obviously had been through a whole thing with Chris Brown.
Oh yeah.
But don't quote me on this. Like, just go.
People go research for
Go
yourself.
research for yourself and check it out.
But it's a
like,
thing.
A lot of people, like social media can tank, Trump tweets stock market. tanking or climbing, and it's like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But like, remember, even we were speaking about Fire Festival. Remember,
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago, that tweet
Yes.
went viral, and then it helped people to stop going to the island.
Social media is a very weird thing. I was watching.
There's no winning on social media, man.
I was watching this
yeah.
interview with this woman, Barbara Fries. She's written a couple of books, and the one book is called Merchants of Doubt. Just pull that up there. But dude, it was so interesting. She picked out like 8 times in history where there was Merchants of Doubt, and then she wrote a book after that called something else. But search Merchants of Doubt, Barbara Fries. But basically, it's about like times in history where there's been major corporate denial of like something very hectic. So, for example, the tobacco industry, when lead paint was a thing,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. Dude, it was so interesting. And she was saying, like, we go through these spells where there's all this denial and you just deny things that are very obvious around you, but for like years and years. And she says, you never know that you're in that space when it's happening.
Oh, yes.
So that she was saying, like, now we could be going through something, and if it's going to be anything, she was saying it's probably social media, where we could look back in like 20 years' time and be like,
Yeah,
what the
this
fuck
thing.
were we
What
thinking?
we? Yeah.
But I also think, like, social media is a very big thing, and we all have. But social media is also a very small part of like the world.
That's the problem, is that the voice that social media has, especially like Twitter is the best example of it, because there's like 5 people will talk about something on Twitter and it'll make the news. It's crazy, dude. Like the way that we go, oh, social media is now a news source. Like when no one's,
Actually,
it's not anyone's opinion.
It's a weird thing.
But it can be a good news source. I think it's a double-edged sword.
It is.
You know, because for instance, for my LikwidFX, I have my personal Twitter, but most of the time I'm on LikwidFX and I follow specific people. Like, so my feed on Twitter is not filled like with Linde retweeting some funny guy and Jason saying, check this guy. It's just filled. It's just filled.
Why you take shots?
Taking shots at us.
No, I'm just saying because we're all gonna like.
Add
We're
it to
not,
my
we're
followers.
not all interested. Like if
I
I retweet something that I see, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
So, but if I like hone in, then you're able to get like a really nice learning experience because you have, because I feel like Twitter is better than Instagram and Facebook because you have direct access to like someone's thoughts, you know, and some people do filter themselves, but some people don't. Like I love Robert Kiyosaki on Twitter because like he's constantly tweeting. And he's constantly tweeting his thoughts, so you just have direct access to somebody who you can
like you
learn
said,
from.
it's a double-edged sword because like now the thing is, I think not the problem, but one of the things that we have to like look at is kids who grow up now are more shaped by social media than we were, because us, it was like Facebook was a thing, but it's sort of like, but I'm cool in real life.
Yes, yeah.
I'm cool in real life. Like somebody can be like, hey bro, do you know Linde? Which one? The one from Midland. Oh, that guy, he's dope, whatever. Now it's like, do you know this person? Yeah, whatever.
How many followers he got?
How many followers he got? Or now I see his page and I see her page or whatever. And it's sort of like,
aesthetic life.
yeah, it's like an aesthetic thing. And it's sort of like, it's like you're an actress or an actor, and each thing you're doing is like an audition to people. To this is how cool I am, or whatever. But obviously, it's like when it's not genuine, that's how it is. But when it is genuine, it's like, well, this is who this person is.
Yeah.
But it's also like other people want to escape.
Yeah.
Other people want to have that sort of, okay, in this world, I am this hilarious person who's got like a personality and I charge at people or whatever. But in real life, I'm timid and I don't.
Yeah, which is a real thing that like we underestimate that is happening. It's like when you're a kid, older people always speak about like, oh, what are the effects of this and that going to be, and it always seems like it's just like
it's just a thing.
It'll just be part of it. It'll be the same as now, but shit legitimately changes like each generation, the way that they are, like the way that we are compared to the people just before us is so different. Like, dude, I saw some Twitter thread a couple weeks back just roasting millennials. But it was in the comment section on a TikTok video, right?
Oh yes.
Dude, so it's just whatever. What is this? The new generation?
Gen X or Z or X or whatever.
the
Yeah.
Zoomers. But
It's Z, no?
I think it's Gen Z. But they were busy.
They're alive. It's okay. They
They're
can
on TikTok busy commenting shit like, oh, millennials will just be like, I just need my coffee. Blah. Dude, I was finished. Like, just getting roasted by these oaks. Where they're just like, yeah, busy talking about being in Hufflepuff or Gryffindor.
Oh
but you
my
can't even afford
God.
my bedroom apartment.
That is hectic. But it is scary. It's quite scary. Most of the time, actually, it's probably a bad habit, but I don't post like a lot. I just like scroll.
You're one of those.
It is
You're,
I
what
also
it
don't.
makes, yeah.
I also don't double tap a lot of.
he's
people's,
lurking.
uh,
You're lurking.
He's
You're
a
lurking. You're a lurker.
No support.
You're
as long
no,
as
it's what
just
you're
see someone
lurking.
likes it.
No,
That's the
my
definition
boys-
of lurking.
I like my boys' stuff.
But
Like,
you're lurking.
If I see this is my crew,
You don't
bah,
post. You lurk.
You know? No, I post a little bit. I don't post like hectically. You know?
Nah, I know.
I'm an average poster, but a lurker.
A lurker, man. A lurker.
Keep your ear to the streets. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What's
Jada
coming?
Pinkett, hey, what's happening? You know?
I don't even. We're not gonna speak about Jada Pinkett.
Nah, yeah.
I don't want to give that
Did
any
we-
legs.
Do we have things we need to speak about in this?
What,
podcast
today?
that we haven't covered yet?
Yes, obviously. We just started. Obviously, we always
You're
speak
talking
sport,
about-
bro.
You're talking about
Also-
Messi being the problem.
Oh, my hot
Just
take.
Before we
Yes,
started on
yes,
that,
yeah.
just to answer like the first question ultimately
Yes.
about why the
You didn't
system-
answer.
Full circle.
No. Full circle. Full circle.
This man.
This guy's hectic.
So, yes.
But anyways, if you understand like the monetary system that's basically based on central banks, you understand like the foundation of the whole system is already built on something that has no foundation. So basically money, all the money that we have right now, only 3% of it is in cash. So if everyone goes to banks and withdraw their money, everyone won't get their money. But also money is printed by central banks, right? So central banks, it's like the central banks issue the money and borrow it to institutional banks and whatnot, and
Yeah.
government as well. But you have to pay them back. So
And with interest.
it's with interest. So it's a never-ending cycle of debt that everybody's involved in. If you have any money, it's tied to that debt that was originally.
With the central bank.
Plus,
Yeah.
and come to think of it, each of these institutions, as it goes down the chain, are
Adding-
they're adding more
They're
interest.
adding their own interest.
So, like if you were to take, basically, to sum up banking then, if you were to take all the money that exists in the world, physical or not
Or
physical.
digital. Well, digital's
Yeah, but
just numbers.
But even if you took all those numbers and combined them,
That's the funniest thing about
Yeah.
money. It's just
numbers.
but if you combined all of the money that
Yeah.
you have, real, not real, whatever, you wouldn't be able to pay off the debt
yeah,
to
you
the
wouldn't.
central banks.
You wouldn't.
And they're the only ones that make debt or make money. So it's literally an impossible system. It's like, oh, interest means there's no way that you can ever
It's
be out of debt,
Fully.
never-ending bondage, bro.
which is crazy. Speaking of bondage, do you think Lionel Messi is the problem at Barcelona?
listen, bro.
Yeah.
Listen. I need to fully.
Listen, you said this to me the other night,
Yeah.
and I was very intrigued as to your
What I
points.
what I was saying. Okay,
As to
let
why
me,
is the problem?
Why is
no,
he-
no. I'm gonna explain.
Yes,
He's not fully the problem.
The goat.
the goat.
He's the goat himself. Like, people mustn't get me wrong. I believe
He is the goat.
he's the goat.
So goats
Right now.
must have a voice.
So listen, here's the problem. Him, the Barcelona board, and some of the players in general. It's not working right now. It's not working. Okay, I'm gonna start easy. Simple thing. When Danny Alves left the club, it left a hole there, bro. That hole has still not been
Well,
filled.
that's when the erosion started.
The erosion started from there. Now, Barcelona traditionally aren't a very money central club as like Real Madrid.
Yes.
Barcelona have always been, the humble neighbor. But these past few years,
They've been
Barcelona have spent money like crazy. 1. 2, quote me on this. In 10, 15 years, some FFP rules you guys are gonna hear that FFP rules got broken
Yeah, obviously.
because this Pjanic deal with Artur does not make sense to anyone in terms of football. For Artur to go to,
But Barcelona's
it's fine.
been doing this.
but that's the problem
Didn't they do it with Suarez
with what with the transfer.
when they signed Suarez? Were they not allowed to sign at that time?
Nah, I don't know about that. Oh yes,
Okay,
they
what
were.
about-
No,
there was
Suarez needed to
something, yeah.
wait.
No, I know Suarez needed to wait because
No, but I think that was-
suspension.
Oh
but,
yes,
but he wasn't supposed.
But
to
I
be
think
signed.
there's Atletico Madrid had that as well. Those might be breaches in terms of buying young players or whatever. I don't know if it's financial fair play breaches, but now this thing is a movie. Okay, that's my first. Lionel Messi himself. I'm gonna get to him now. Listen, Messi. Here's my problem. He's the best, the greatest. We understand, even now,
In
he's
present
number
stage.
one.
Okay.
No, there's
Okay.
even now when you watch him, it's disgusting. But here's my problem. He can't do it all alone.
anymore. Well, actually, he never.
He's
could.
never. But now, before he used to be able to do 65%. Now 55, and he needs to play with the others, bro. Now brings me to my main point that hurts me the most.
Yes.
Antoine Griezmann.
Antoine.
Antoine Griezmann is not a bad player. He's a
amazing
top
player.
world class
Top
player. Antoine Griezmann gets there, you can see there's already beef, guys, because he didn't come before. And you remember when he said he was going there, I was like, nah, I'm not. I'm gonna stay at Atletico. There's something there, bro, and it needs to be released. People need to speak on it and get it out of the way, because until then, you'll see it in the play. Griezmann makes runs, doesn't get past you. When he does get past you, it's sort of like, well, do something, and it's like, I can't, because
I'm trying to play with you.
I'm trying to play with you. I'm not even the main. Griezmann can't become the main guy
Yes,
at Barcelona. Messi is, and that's fine. It's called pass the ball to Messi ball, and it's fine.
That's always been. Like
It's always been like that. It's fine, but now pass it to Messi so we can play as a team.
Yes.
If we do not play as a team, we're not gonna win anything. You see, last season, they were very unlucky. Messi nearly did it. He nearly gave them the Champions League. But you could see from the first game that they played against Liverpool that you beat them 3-0. But this is a shaky. You guys are going on shaky
It's
ground.
shaky, this team.
Exactly.
I see.
Then the biggest point of why Barcelona is failing right now, the middle,
The midfield.
the midfield. There is no balance no matter what you do. Whether you bring in De Jong,
Is
whether
Busquets
Sergio
still,
Busquets,
still getting my game time?
Busquets starts every game. They've tried
He
not
is
playing with
also
him.
old.
He's old.
But nobody can. You don't just replace Busquets as well.
I'm
You
not saying
don't
that, but
just-
they need to find a
Figure it
balance.
out, yeah.
Because the thing is, the best balance they had was the time where Busquets was playing there and they had Rakitic.
Yes.
And
But who Messi also has a problem with.
hmm?
Who
Rakitic
Messi also has a problem.
does have a problem with Rakitic now, you see. And Rakitic plays so well. But the thing is, Rakitic lost 2 or 3 years of his career in that time because of the amount of covering he had to do for those bastards up front. Messi, sorry, the Neymar.
They don't track back.
They
None of
don't
them.
track back, bro. They don't.
Sorry.
Griezmann needs to track back now, unfortunately. But hey, man, it's a problem.
So are you saying Messi? So look, if we have to prioritize the problems that like Barcelona have right now, you know, which I don't obviously care about
Because you're a Madrid supporter,
right,
yeah.
and we top of the log. But would we say that Messi is the number one?
It's number 2.
Is public
Wait,
enemy number one?
no. He'll
Or
be
is it the
3.
board?
The
'Cause
board
people-
is first.
You know who actually I have a problem with?
Who?
Is Abidal. You see that guy?
That guy's
He's
a bloody
the-
stupid.
The board treated him like shit. Dani Alves stood and defended him, even changed his number to Abidal's number. Abidal is now the head managing director
Yeah,
of football.
and he's also a knob.
And he was like shitting on Barcelona players.
Yeah, I was shitting on the
And
players.
it's like, bruh,
Where
which
Messi had
playing
to
with
come
these guys
defend.
like yesterday, bro?
That's the thing.
So it's
No,
like
board is no. If we have to, like you said, if we have to prioritize them, board is one.
So what must happen with the board? The president must step down.
But Tremeno's gotta go, bro. The fans are also like, our identity is lost.
Okay, so when aren't they having elections or something soon?
Joe, Barcelona have elections every year. Sometimes it feels like every month. I
so
don't know
he
what's
must
going
just
on.
step down now.
Yeah, but even you need somebody who's gonna come in and get things in order and give Messi a talk as well and just be like, bro, please.
So
And
maybe
what if they just sell Messi?
No, you don't sell him.
Is it not that drastic?
No, not that. No, not only it's not. You
nobody
can't
thought
sell him.
Barcelona would sell Ronaldinho.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, no, I'm saying nobody thought.
No, but I obviously nobody
that
thought, but
they
I
could
think,
release him.
but I think Messi is more. Barcelona's more like Barcelona with Messi than Barcelona was Barcelona with
With
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho.
Messi
what,
is so
they let him
central.
retire at the club.
He's going to retire at the club. If he doesn't, he says he'll spend 1 year at Newell's Old Boys. I want to see that. But they shouldn't. So I don't think they should sell. It's not that Messi can't play with these. There's something there between him and Griezmann. It doesn't click, bro. It's not right. Because with Neymar, Joe, those guys were like best friends, dog.
Yeah.
And I rate
But they
Neymar
also
above
let
Griezmann.
Neymar play.
Mm.
Like Neymar could
How he
play.
wanted to. Yeah.
And
And
Griezmann
embarrass
can't.
players if he wanted to with Barca.
Griezmann can't. But you can't sell him. I don't
But
think you
Griezmann's
can sell
also
him.
not that type of player. at the
Can you
same
sell
time.
Griezmann?
Yeah, definitely.
They probably
But
will.
they spent a lot of money on him.
They'll sell him. They
They
don't. They
dropped
spent a
1
lot
million
of.
on him.
They spent a lot on
money.
Coutinho.
Yeah.
And
Coutinho's also another heartbreaking story.
Mm.
But okay, so wait, we're still saying
board number one.
board number 1, Messi number 2.
That midfield, yes. Now I have to
Okay,
give
so
that
where
midfield number
does the
2.
manager fit in? Yeah,
The manager, I can't blame a manager
because all the other
because they keep on.
managers-
It keeps on happening where it's the same thing. Because now with Setien, they're trying something new, and it's like Setien, he hasn't had enough time. I can't blame him. But the manager before Valverde had to go. You know when Valverde had to go? Not the Liverpool defeat. The year before that, when Roma came back.
Oh yes.
The Greek God! No. He had to go, bro. Roma.
I feel like
Roma, dog.
I feel
Roma don't even
Peter
have.
Drury's the one who got thingy
What,
fired
Valverde?
because that thing just trended. I'm sure the Barcelona management was like,
Dude.
nah.
Valverde had to go after, and he didn't. Because my thing was this: Liverpool is more understandable because Liverpool had that thing at the Cop where it's a movie, bro. It's a movie. You can't. They just have this thing where they overcome teams, and there's no way you're gonna go there and Liverpool won't score. They'll score. But Roma not known for that, bro. Roma like went out the next round after that.
Yeah, obvious. You know, like a lot of these teams, even in World Cups, you see them next
Yeah.
round out.
Where you cause an
It's
upset.
like you used all your energy, all your chakra,
Exactly.
everything. The next game you can't sustain.
But
yourself.
also, it's like if you go out the next game, go out with a fight. Remember Costa Rica? They took out in 2014. In 2014, they took out Italy and all these other teams, and then they took Netherlands to penalties, bro.
Yeah.
Go out like
Okay,
that,
that's
bro.
going out of the
You see
fight.
where it's like, yeah, these were men and daughters. But all these other guys. But Barcelona, it's a problem because it's like those Xavi days and just after that Luis Enrique days, it's like those were glory days, and now it's
Yeah.
like, oof, you watch them, they look like they can lose every game.
It's tough.
Even though they're just 4 points behind Madrid.
They were
'Cause
in front
Madrid-
of Madrid, Walo.
Okay.
When lockdown
And we
finished.
had problems. We had issues.
You
I was
see.
also just sitting there.
See
like,
what I'm
oh
saying
my
about La
God.
Liga though?
What?
Barcelona in such a bad position and they still 4 points off Madrid. As sharp as vinegar and as cool as a greyhound's nose.
Look at Zidane, bro. Oh my gosh.
That tackle could dehorn a caribou. I don't know who this guy is, dude, but he's as hyped as I am for football.
Oh my god. I don't know.
Cracker. So I guess, welcome to the second half. Third of second. We weren't good at maths in high school. But here we are.